for today's topic. It is so amazing. We are so excited. If you are new on the podcast and you're wondering, who are these people? We are the Salanos. These Salanos, THEE on YouTube.
Yes.
We hope you are subscribing to our channel and we hope you are being helped. Before we dive into our topic, I must recognize my Odogu, the big man. My husband, I really appreciate you. He brings in the newest energy, the strongest energy. Anytime we are together, darling, I always thank God for us. I thank God for each day we are having something new to give to families.
Wow.
Yes, and today's topic, are you excited about it?
I'm so much excited.
Yes.
And it's always a pleasure just sitting here to talk to our fans. And the most amazing thing is always being with you as my co-host because I love the energy synchronization. Today we're talking about raising children without losing your marriage.
Amazing topic.
Yeah.
And before we go deep into the topic, we have our books.
Yeah.
We hope you are ordering for our books. Don't suffer in marriage as if you are an orphan. Usikue maskini wa ndoa. We have here books. This one sells like popcorn.
Yeah.
Healing after infidelity, where there has been betrayal between the two of you and you are trying to navigate through the journey of healing.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it alone.
What a book.
A book is here for you at a very affordable pricing. Also, we have sacred intimacy. Do not let your marriage to go mundane. You must remain emotionally connected as a couple. And that's why we've given you this book.
You don't live like roommates.
Yes. We've tackled a bit of communication inside there. We've tackled a bit of emotional connection, romance, everything keeping friendship alive.
Man of God, can you accuse me I want to dress up? No, stop
That
calling
is
your
so
husband
annoying
man
and
of
so
God.
uncalled for. And also those people, when you are angry at your spouse, you say months without talking. Here is a blueprint on how you can bounce back quickly and on fire of communication,
It's
become
called
friends
nil
again.
by mouth. Nil by mouth.
Yeah, nil by mouth.
You something small, you stay for weeks without talking to one another.
Even you deny
and
each
if you
other
try
sex.
to check the issue, a very simple issue,
Yeah.
conflict management, it will save you
Imagine.
from getting into a lot of trouble.
Imagine.
Having elephants in your room. This is the solution.
You don't have to go for a long period of dry spells, and we have books to break monotony.
Exactly.
Yeah. And finally, we have here Bridging the Distance for those who are in diaspora and their spouses are here in the country, or the reverse, vice versa. If you're staying apart as a couple, here is the book to help you communicate and feel closer in your communication and in your friendship.
Yeah.
Bridging the distance.
If your husband is in Qatar,
Yes.
and you are in Kenya,
Or
or
even
he's in Bungoma and one is in Mombasa.
Exactly.
This is the book to make you feel closer. Long distance marriages are very fragile because they have a lot of gaps where enemy can get in easily. Then finally, our kids, the dual models, have their book here.
Yeah.
It's called The World Through a Child's Eye.
Amazing book. So
for your
interesting,
kids,
so mirrors.
This is a mirror.
You'd want to take it for your babies. And also you can read it. Just to, the book has been endorsed, forwarded by Professor Pielo Lumumba
and Dr. Ezekiel
Mutua.
Yeah.
A very good book for the children as well. And now the
Into
co-host.
our topic.
Yes, the host now.
Yeah.
I'm your co-host. You are the host.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, thank you so much. When raising children, when we compare the two generations, ask anybody how they were raised by their parents when they were growing up, and then how we are raising our children nowadays. It's completely opposite. Because I remember in those days when we were growing up, anybody could discipline you.
Yeah.
A neighbor will discipline you and it will just be an okay. A parent will discipline you and it will be okay. But nowadays, it's an issue of household business.
Yes.
An intruder is not allowed to come in. And then also, there's a time we made I did just a short clip about discipline, and a guy told me that he's in US and he's really struggling with his children because when he tries to discipline his children, there's always the government coming in. The children are always calling the police. Now he cannot even discipline the kids, and they're getting spoiled because of the environment. And I think this is not something we can borrow from. We are Africans, and Africa is our business. And we are losing so many children because of this way of how we are handling them.
We are trying to copy paste things from the West. Western countries.
Yeah. And I think even you I'm talking to, you can attest that you are well behaved. nowadays you are able to become a family man or a good wife because of how your parents raised you, even if it was very rough.
Exactly.
You will say, hey, mimi kama singepigwa, if only my parents will just leave me like this, maybe I'll be on the street or I'll be dead already by now. So we must give credit to that, because if we want also our kids one day to say that if only my father could have if my father could have only just left me like that, I'll be a very bad person now.
Yes.
I give credit to my father or to my mother for being strict, because having boundaries in a family is very important.
It is very important, and I think whatever you're saying is very true, darling. I like the background you are giving about discipline, how it was then and now.
Yeah.
And I kind of have a problem with the millennials, me included, because the millennials are trying now to overcompensate their children. They're trying to introduce things that they never had, or things they are trying to do away with the things maybe they never liked. You'll find a millennial saying, I'll not allow my babies to go through what I went through. And in the process, we get to lose these children, because now we say we can't beat our children. We are having these naughty corners. A kid, you are trying to have a negotiation with a very small, fragile person whose mind cannot comprehend reason. So that's why they don't have the limits, they don't know the boundaries, and we are raising very spoiled adults. Why Africa is called the cradle land for mankind. Because our originality is very pure and very solid. Even our way of raising children, we cannot copy people from the West. We cannot emulate the Europeans. Yes, there are good things that happen in Europe, and we can emulate, and we can pick few things technologically wise. But when it comes now to raising our children and how African child is wired, African child need a stronger hand, or one side strong and another one that brings them back to love. But we cannot just allow it to be liberal and love, and there is no this one that say, hey, here is where the far you can go.
Also, there's in Greek there is nothing like that I have.
Yes.
I am in possession of. They always use the word I am a steward.
I am a steward, yes.
So anything you have,
you've been entrusted
to have it.
Yes.
It's an assignment. I can't say that I have children.
Okay.
I'll always say I've been entrusted with the children.
Yes.
So that you have a responsibility of how you are going to take care of these children, knowing that they're not mine. These are someone, God has just brought them in my house.
It is a divine responsibility. He will have taken them
somewhere else. So He has given me, and there are expectations that God wants from me. I was so hurt by a family whereby a child, 12 years old, committed suicide because he was denied something he wanted.
That is a chronic level of entitlement to the kid. The kid has never received no from anyone.
So anytime the child says, I want this, you say, yes, Kababa, you have it. Anytime a child wants this, you say, yes, Kababa, you have it. And then maybe one time your mother visits, who is now the grandmother. And she's like, no, don't give him. Don't give him. You're like, Mom, no, don't give him. You are over-pampering your child. Then the moment you withdraw that, the child goes and community side. Now he feels
and do you know the universe is not wired in a way that you keep getting everything you want when you want it?
Yes.
That is raising kids with a weak mentality. We must raise kids who are able to take responsibilities, who are able to take initiatives, and also them that are having higher capacity to carry pressure, to carry challenges, to tackle challenges and become solutions, solution givers.
Yes.
We cannot have kids who are like pumpkins.
Very fragile.
Very fragile, very delicate. They can't withstand any little pressure. They can't go to schools that are not having warm baths, that are not serving dessert. So those are the kids we are raising. And when they come to raise children, now they can't even handle the pressure for family, the pressure for marriage, the pressure for workplace. They are there, you are burdened. They are having babies with the different baby mamas or different baby daddies and bringing them, some of them back to you because you never wanted them to go through the pressure.
That's why we are seeing so many issues have already begun having marriage problems.
Yes.
It's because of a generation that is coming. Now imagining in the next 20 years, the kinds of fathers you are going to have, the kind of mothers we are going to have. And I'm not blaming them. I'm blaming us, the current fathers, the current mothers. What are we doing to raise these children? And then also, apart from that, what we're going to discuss about is about now the marriage. Because as much as we are raising these children, how are we you as a wife
Are
and
you
a
losing
husband.
yourself
Are you losing
as
yourself?
lovers? Yeah.
Are you now becoming part of the children such that you find yourself withdrawing from your spouse and siding with the children, such that in the house now we have children and mother or children and father in relationship that now moja ameachwa nje, and then you feel you begin ganging up against one father or one parent, which is very bad. And then also at the end also we'll talk about how we are raising kids now. We end up having sibling rivalry in our homes.
Because now the parents sometimes they lack wisdom. They could lack wisdom and lean towards a certain kid.
Yeah.
Either maybe the kid is a special need kid or a gifted kid or just as the smallest of the kids.
Yeah.
So you feel like they need more attention, and in the process you end up the rest will be feeling you are more needy.
Exactly. So when we are raising children from the age of 0 to 5, these children should be taught about obedience. That's the first thing you should teach your children, about obedience. 0 to 5 years.
They should be able to
if you
hear
are
your
unable
voice.
if you are unable to do it from 0 to 5, then you have another window period of until 7 years. The child should know what is right and what is wrong.
Yes.
At this age, you should not be shouting in the house. You should not be screaming at your children. You should not be raising words at your children. A word should be enough.
A word should
when
be
your
enough.
child is doing something, you have to say, When
Yes.
they just see your head shaking, they should know daddy is not against daddy is against that, mom is against that. Not stop it. I said stop it.
Gen Z moms, Gen Z moms and Gen Z
screaming.
dads.
Then you begin losing your mind. A child should be able just to learn. When you touch and then you say, when they touch something, you say, no, Toto, no. They stop it.
Yeah.
They should learn from the age of 0 to the age of 5. I was happy someone asked a question on TikTok that at what age should I begin disciplining my child? Because mine is 2 years and I feel he's too young. I like the answer that someone gave them. Someone said that the moment he begins biting your breast, you begin by slapping that small hand. He'll begin knowing that, if I bite my mother's breast,
I'll get a knock on my little arm.
I'll receive a small slap on my hand.
Yeah.
Then he stops. Then from that point, this woman who commented, she said that mine, when I slap the hand like that, he'll go for 2 weeks without biting me. And then he'll continue again, then again he'll bite, then he'll look at you. When he bites your breast, you stop it. Then he'll stop again. So you already began disciplining.
So they also have intelligence.
Yeah, so when you talk about discipline, we are talking about now caning them now.
It's not punishment.
That small thing you can do, Toto, no. They know, oh, this is bad.
Yeah.
So you don't say, now I'm now waiting when they're now 2 years, I can now talk to them, now this is wrong, or 5 years, now lie down. Discipline begins from how you just tell them no and yes.
Yeah.
Don't do this, do this. Don't
So there
do this.
has to be clear set boundaries between what is acceptable and what is not acceptable as a parent, so that you don't bring confusion to the kid.
Exactly.
The kid must know to discern. This is yes, this is.
Yeah. So now, what the biggest mistake we have made as parents in this generation is that we have given or handed our children over to the house helps, and relatives, and TVs and media to raise them. And that's a very big mistake. Yes, looking for these children food is not bad.
We are not against you working.
You working so hard to ensure that they have a good home, they have a comfortable place to stay. It's not bad. But the biggest legacy you can ever have is raising your children right. And someone said recently that if you look at the biggest people, the billionaires, the millionaires, people who are now on their deathbed, when they were asked, what one thing can you do if you're told to go back?
Would you do differently?
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't say that I'll strategize my business well, or I'll buy more flats, or I'll buy the most expensive car. They always say, I wish I spent more time with my children.
Yes.
I wish I spent more time with my wife.
Very
I
true.
wished I was always at home with my children. Because this is something that you can never.
I wish I was more present in their lives.
I wish I was more present in my children's life. Every time when my child was having Parents' Day, I was always busy, maybe on a business trip. Whenever my kid wanted me to help them assignments, always maybe somewhere doing finishing up my business plan.
Yeah.
So you're always busy. So the best thing you can do, hand over any other thing. Delegate washing of plates, delegate cleaning, delegate even people going to do for your business, but don't delegate raising your children.
Yeah. I kind of agree with what you are saying, because now our career millennials will say, I have to climb the career ladder, I have to pursue my education. We are not against it.
Yeah.
But what you can do is now be intentional with your time.
Yeah.
That little time that you have, don't just proximity and presence are two different things. When you've said today I'm home with my children, because even in the workplaces there are leave days.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Take that time with your child. Connect, interact with them in a way that you can know them. You talk to them, you smile with them, you play with them, you ask them questions to get into their world. This is what it does.
Yeah.
Children, you might be as parents, you might be as smart as you are, intelligent, you are very much balanced emotionally, but the kids that we are raising the first few years of their milestones, they pick the emotions, they learn their speech, they pick behaviors from the people who are around them. They mimic these things. They will mimic from the house help. You find that the kid anaongea na tone ingine haikai wewe.
Or they begin using abusive terms.
Yeah. Also, they learn from the curse languages, from even the TV.
The F languages.
The F languages. Yes, from the videos, the cartoons. The cartoons also nowadays are corrupted. You must sit down and watch with them these cartoons and ascertain, is this cartoon really a cartoon? Because there are cartoons that are promoting gayism. The other day we just got a cartoon that is written, brain rot cartoons listed, that makes the mind so much
cabbage-like.
Yeah, excited to an extent.
It roasts your mind.
Yeah, you cannot concentrate for long and such like that.
I am one person who hates cartoons, even cartoon movies. I have never watched. I know many of my friends, they always say that, you should learn to watch cartoons. Cartoons are very good, and I think they have lessons. I've never had that fancy of sitting down watching cartoons. Yeah. But for the sake of my children, I always say I have to sit and just see what are they saying, what is happening, what's in their world. Because we may just as long as the TV is on, these kids are learning. Kids will begin using some terms in your house and be like, ask the Salanos, we don't have this language in our house. Where do you pick that one from? Maybe the language they had is always from the house help. As you've said, kids will always be going with the voice that's around them mostly. They'll be copying from that, mimicking from that. Now, if the house help is having a foul language, they'll copy that.
Or anger issues.
Yes,
they even pick emotions.
They also pick emotion from them. Yeah. If their aunt is always, you stupid child, what can you eat? Always shouting. The kid will begin growing with that. And you will be saying, you see me, I'm a church elder. I'm a born again parent. I'm very born again. I was raised up well. Even my wife is so calm. Yeah. But when you bring your kids between the two of you, the 7-year-old
is very restless.
Yeah, you are like, where do you get this habit from? So you think they will automatically inherit your behavior because they're your children. No, the environment is their first teacher.
It's shaping their destiny.
It's shaping them.
And sadly, these things will be carried forward to adulthood. So when the kid is speaking something that is toxic from somebody who is coming from a wounded place, or survival mode, they're picking up that survival trait, and they will become traumatic and also very dysfunctional when it comes to their later years in marriage or families.
And then also when you're talking about that, when you come to things like disciplining children, you find that I think we have become parents who are afraid of our children, or we are afraid of of disciplining our children,
offending,
because we feel that we are going to offend them. The child will not love us. But one way of expressing love is through discipline. The Lord disciplines them that He loves. The Lord disciplines them that He loves. He chastens us. So you cannot say that, you know.
I love that.
If I cane my child, he'll begin hating me, and then he'll begin maybe seeing me as an enemy. How many times were you caned by your father or your mother? Yeah. Are they your enemies?
They're not your enemies.
They're not.
In fact, the farm parent is the one you've worked so hard to make proud.
Yes,
those parents who are always liberal, their kids disrespect them. Even their teenage kids just, Mommy, you're never there for me. You never say anything. You're always just there, indifferent. Children don't respect people who are like them. Children are not looking for lovers and friends in their parents. They are looking for people who can direct them, instruct them in wisdom. They are looking for voices of reasons. And if you, as a person, you are shallow, you don't have principles as a person, everything goes with you. You can do anything before the kids. You can drink and pro up there. You can say anything. You can watch anything. The kids are finding adult content in your phone, you have no moral authority to guide them. So as a person, first, parents must have principles. They must know themselves, and they must have values that align well with their belief system.
Yeah. I remember there's a time we were with our kids when they were growing up, our twins, when they were young, I think 4 years, 3 years, 2 years. And maybe we are in a public bus, we are going somewhere, and these guys always come at the window with popcorns, with the sweets, and they always entice kids.
Yeah.
And the kids will be like, not today.
Yeah,
not today.
Yeah.
Because you see, this always come, and then the baby begins crying, and then you are forced to pay because of that. So the other day I was seated in a bus, and there was a woman next to me with a child almost 5-6 years old, a big boy. And then there's a hawker passing outside, and the hawker was like, lollipops, and the child did, Mom, I want that. The mother was like, no. This boy slapped the mother. A very harsh slap.
So sad.
Not one. I want.
So sad. The moms will, cowboy, leave my cowboy alone.
The mom was like, holding the hands, and the baby,
That's so embarrassing.
And then when the child was held so tight, the child began screaming so loud. The mom was like, hey, lollipops, bring. Then he had to buy, and then the child calmed down.
So it's always the way, the word of the kid against yours.
I felt so embarrassed, and I was like, hey. Okay, maybe she could be a single mother.
Yeah.
I can't blame, because they have some single mothers have an issue with displaying their children, because I think it's well played when the father is the head and doing that role. So I felt so bad, because it reached a point whereby our kids now control us.
It is saddening.
Our kids now give us emotions.
So
you don't know how to bring about discipline in the house. Having a way of a systematic way of disciplining your child is very important.
Very important.
Let them know that if this one is done, there's always a consequence.
There is a repercussion,
and there should be an
action.
order. I've seen parents saying that, me, I can't even wait to ask them a question. I just jump on you and slap you, or I just kick you. That's how our parents used to do. Before you think you've received a slap, a kick, and that's not discipline.
They don't take time to process the discipline.
Is that punishment, or it is war?
That is punishment.
Or
attack.
Or attack, yeah. Your child should not feel attacked.
Yeah.
Let your child come down and be, okay, come here. I heard that you did this and this at school. Did you do so? Yes, I did. Is that right? No. Where do you pick that behavior from? A friend told me. Okay. Us, the Salanos, do we do that? No. Okay. So, what should we do? I should get a cane. Our children knows. I'm just giving an example for our children. They say, yes, I'll get a kiboko. Okay, go and bring it. As we have a very good pipe that we use, the one that we used to gas for the gas a long time ago, orange pipe. Okay, so how many do you want? I want 4, and I'll not do it again. I go down. And then he'll go down, he get his 4 and goes. Another one will come and tell you, Dad, yes, it's true, I did it, but forgive me.
Yes.
I'll never do it again.
And if you can tell that they are sincere and remorseful, you let them be.
I promise I'll not repeat again. I did it, and I know from our family we don't do that.
Yeah.
You tell him, this is the last warning, go.
Yeah.
You have already communicated a message. And then let us learn to communicate to our souls, our children's hearts or souls, than just outward. You see, when you communicate to his heart, a child can even do a very big mistake. Like, what did our son do one day? And he was expecting the worst from us, because that was a very big mistake he did. And
I think
it was a serious thing that he did. I can't remember very well. And he was expecting that I was going to beat him so seriously. And then when that happened, we just called him. He was so shivering in a corner, because he knew this is what I've done today.
He was even suing on him.
Yeah. So when we called him, told him, okay, what have you done? He said, I've done this and this, because he was not expecting less than 10. So in Hapa, I'm going to get 10 good ones. So he was like, I did this, and I'm sorry. I told him, okay, that was bad what you did. Okay, yeah. So next time, be careful. Or he broke a flask. a very expensive flask.
Yeah.
A very big expensive flask. And he knew this one now my mom is going to kill him. Your dad is going to kill me.
Yeah.
So you were like, this one what you've done was not good. Next time be careful. Okay, I'm doing this. He was like, what? Okay. You know, you just committed to his heart. You have just told him that there's also another way of making you change your behavior without me beating you. Okay? And then those small issues also address them. So if you cannot come up with a systematic way on how you can discipline your children, then you are raising a very awkward generation. The last is that if you don't discipline your child at 4, he's going to in private, because this is done at home in private. If you don't discipline your child at 4 in private, he's going to embarrass you at 14 in public.
That is wow.
Yeah.
If you don't discipline your child at 4
4
in private, he's going to embarrass you publicly at
14. Now he'll come and tell you, Mom, me you not bring food.
And when the shoulders are now broad, and
he's now widening, he's now becoming, the voice is coming.
Yeah, and if she's a lady, if she's a lady, the breasts are now coming.
Yeah.
I just wanted to add to what you were saying, that discipline doesn't have to be prolonged, that the baby did something in the morning, then you wake up, you say, let me go to work and come back. They will not now understand it or see the repercussions of the discipline when now you're disciplining them in the evening when you come back.
It should be instant. It should be instant. Or like you tell your child, come here. Last week, I was with a visitor, and I overheard you abusing a child outside. And I forgot. I was to punch and I forgot. Now bring a kiboko. I want out to cane you now.
Yeah.
At that time, you are not helping this child. It should happen instantly when they still feel the mistake they've done, when it's still very fresh in them.
They can relate.
They can easily relate that.
Also, still on the same thing you were saying.
Yeah.
I think discipline, when you are trying to correct an issue or point out an issue, do not bring down their character. Do not call them bad names or even compare them with other kids.
Yeah.
This is what you can do. You can say, you are a very gifted person. Highlight the good things they have. You are very blessed, and us, we did not raise you to be this awkward. Okay?
Yeah.
So this character is a very bad character. People who do such like, they don't, or you can even mention they go to jail, or they find themselves in what kind of trouble, or they don't go find like something like that. But for you, your destiny is so bright. We don't want you to go in this direction because you're gonna lose it.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm joining bad groups come on a teenager because their moms are struggling with rebellious teenagers. But they are telling those kids, you are like your dad, you're like your uncle, you're foolish, you'll never amount to anything in life. You know, that's what sometimes our mothers would get emotional and mention something. I've never seen anything good in you. Do you ever do anything good? So it is like you're profiling them, you're giving them an identity.
Yeah.
And that is not, what's coming from a parent also are very powerful.
Yeah.
You have to be selective with your words.
I remember, you just remembered something. I think it is Dr. DK, is it called DK Jacobs?
Yeah.
He said that he has been visiting criminals in prison.
Yeah.
And all of them, I said the majority of them were saying that I am here because of what, or I am what my mother made me to be.
Yeah.
Because every now and then, whenever I made a mistake, my mother will call me stupid. You'll call me,
foolish.
You look like a gangster. When jambazi,
there is nothing good ever coming out of
look
you.
Look at you, foolish. So he lived knowing that he's a fool. So we've always tried as parents in our house that as much as we may get angry or emotion, don't call your children names. Even
don't
if you're very
them.
angry, close your mouth, call him, give him very 4 canes, then you'll feel better than you call him names. The moment you call names, you are beginning to mold them into something, and they'll become it. So
and also you are giving that identity energy. Like if you say you are a thief, you are always a thief like your uncles, you will become a big thief.
Yes. As she has said, call him, tell him, you are a very good boy. You do know that you are very intelligent.
Yeah.
You are very sharp. But now this character of picking money is not you.
It's not you.
It's not
in our line.
This thing of you going to the my pot and picking a very big piece of meat and putting in your pocket. Now see the soup is burning you. It's not you.
The soup is even following your leg.
You are a child of Jesus. And Jesus' child don't behave like this. Do you know that? Who are you? I'm a child Jesus. Okay, now a child Jesus cannot go and take a meat from the pot, right? Yeah. Go and give you a kiboko. So you not tell him, you see, you began stealing. Now you are going to be a thief. thief. You know, they'll stone you. One day they'll find you stealing. It begins like this. Then next time I'll find you stealing my money. Then I'll hear you went to broke to a shop. And then you'll go and bring in a bank. Then you'll become a gangster.
You're giving them a blueprint of how things should progress.
You are giving them what they should do.
Yeah.
And that is a lineup on now. So you've begun with the bone from the pot. So tomorrow, when you get my money, pick them. Then next time, go and break from the shop. We cannot teach them morality by giving them examples of bad things. It's just like when you are preaching to people, you don't go and tell them, you know, there is fire in hell, and this fire is going to burn you if you don't repent.
You don't scare people,
then people
to love.
You'll come, hey, I don't go and burn. I want to save Christ. No.
Very few people would.
You preach love of Christ to them, then they say, wow, because of the love of Christ.
I want to identify with this love.
So you give them the good news. The gospel is about the good news. That's the Bible saying that teach your children in the way they should go.
Yes.
But as you always teach them, in the way they should not go.
Can I give you a high five?
Give me. You see.
Not the way they shouldn't go.
Yes.
The way they should go.
So you don't teach children from today, don't steal. You should not, don't fight. You should not do this. Don't tell them what to do.
That's why the 10 commandments failed. We couldn't keep up.
And that's why the law.
Do not steal, do not what, do not what.
When you begin telling you what you should not do, they begin doing it. Like now if I tell you that now, don't think about a pink elephant. Please, don't think about a pink elephant.
You begin thinking about pink elephants.
Immediately I say that, you see a pink elephant begin forming in your head. There's a pink elephant. Is there a pink elephant? It begins forming. I have even seen a poster somewhere. Someone has written, I saw it in Kisumu somewhere. They've written, notice, do not read this. People are there. What is this? Or even write somewhere that wet paint, don't touch. You will find small fingers. People try.
People
is it really wet? Is it really wet? Yeah. When you bring out curiosity, or you come and write a post that, notice, please read. No one will read that. So what you do, tell children what they should do. Guide them in the way they should go. Tell them, you are a child of God. You are intelligent. You are a sharp. This is how you should go. And that's why you're going to see your children begin to change. And then also, as we are raising our children, most parents mostly focus on academic grades.
Yes.
And they forget about normal chores.
There should be life skills as well.
Yes.
And that cannot be learned from home.
So your child is growing. So you are pushing. You must get an A. You must pass in these exams. But when it comes to home now, life skills that will help in life, he's zero at that.
Darling, there is something I want to add.
Okay.
There are things like emotional intelligence, okay? There are things like adversity quotient that enables you to survive hardship and still come out insane.
Yeah.
Those ones are learned through challenges. There are people, even rich people, they will hold some privileges from kids for a while when you are raising them to become emperors, people who are going to become captains of industries and such like.
Yeah.
Especially people from the I think royalty, when you're nakwanga monarchy and such, when they are raising a prince, they take them to those adverse environments.
Yeah.
But we find the average human, they like to overprotect the kids and they create them in an environment that is so much comfortable, they don't grow those skills. Apart from academic intelligence, which we appreciate. We appreciate people becoming doctors and such like. There is much out there that is needed for our kids becoming a wholesome human being and for I don't want to call it survival, but I want to say living his best in the world or her best. They will need adversity quotient. They will need emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence will help them navigate through conflict, how to manage relationships at work, relationship with workplaces, church places, religious places, or also with the peers, and also eventually in family setups.
Exactly.
So these things, if are not told how to receive a no from another person, how to be angry and still remain respectful, how to disagree respectfully, because nowadays I see when the kids are angry, they throw tantrums, they abuse, they disrespect, they make it so much a sin out of it. And I think parents need to be intentional about home skills. Things like chores in the house. There are no chores for girls. There are no chores for boys. There are no chores like we have a house that my kids cannot handle this. They have to handle their panties, their socks. They must make their beds as early as 4 years.
Yes. Yeah. You see, when you begin introducing these children to house chores, it teaches them discipline. humility, and service. When you give a child activities to do at home, they begin learning that providing service to people, it's important. Also, they begin being disciplined. A 3-year-old child, a 4-year-old child, tell him, go and wash your handkerchief. Go and wash your hanky. Even if they don't wash it as clean as they just play with it in water like this. Even from 2 years, tell her, go and wash your hands. Wash your hands in that, do it. The first time you'll hand, but now tell her, do it. Can you wash your hands? She'll just do like, okay, clean again here, clean. They begin doing things for themselves.
That is
okay,
true.
now wash your socks.
Yes.
As they begin growing, wash your panties. You don't put your panties in the clothes for auntie to come and wash for you. You don't put your socks at this place, your boxers for this, Let them know that when I'm going to shower, I wash my boxer. And this one has even grown to people who are now mad. I feel I've been hearing things like debates at who should wash boxers. Should my wife wash my boxers? Is my wife supposed to wash my boxers? Is it okay for me to wash my husband's boxers? It has become a debate. And I'm like, at now that my boxers pile up somewhere, 10 of them now, so that every weekend my wife comes and washes all my boxes and puts them out. I think good discipline is that when you are taught how to wash those things, anytime you go to shower, you should wash your boxer.
Wash it alongside things.
The
so
moment
that
you finish to shower, you wash your boxer.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Except to women who pile up their handies.
You find a woman has piled up 20 panties. Now she's washing them, and even some give them to the house help.
Too annoying.
That is, I think, something that began from childhood that was never addressed.
It tells more about the person.
If you are taught how to wash these things, you will know that whenever I shower, I wash my panty, I go and air it. You can't have panties piling up, then you wash them. Even if you are so busy, the busiest person you are on earth, that you cannot wash it when you are showering. When you shower, you finish, you throw it somewhere, you pile them somewhere. No. These are things we need to teach our children from right below when they're growing.
I like how you've said it. You said it has to start right way back when the kid is still young. Like I remember now we have a 2-year-old. That is our last born now. When he loves yogurt. After drinking his yogurt, you help him feed. You tell what I always do.
You give him the
container, take to the bin.
To the dustbin.
Now he's so much used to that to an extent now.
Whenever he finishes,
he just
even if you don't tell him, he'll pick it.
And then when he's hungry, he brings it with a spoon.
He won't begin coming out, I'm hungry. He'll just go to the bedroom or in the kitchen, take a yogurt with the spoon and tell you, feed me. So because he knows this is what is done, you don't come again, the baby is hungry. No. I think we need to instill the things from child as they come from down, as they grow like that. It will be very easy.
Exactly. I also think that for parenting to flow well and kids to grow in a healthy, wholesome environment, parents needs to heal their childhood traumas. Because if you used to be beaten like a snake, like a thief, and now you are trying to use the same kind of discipline to your children, that is not right. Or maybe it can also be on the extreme side. One who used to be beaten like that, and now they're like, I can't touch my child. I don't want them to feel the way I used to feel because they beat me like that. I never liked it, and even I never changed. In fact, I rebelled. So they are now living, the kids, they are so liberal, they're so... everything goes with them. And if the kid want to get away with anything, they tell, enda tu kwa daddy, enda tu kwa mami ananga pressure. That is not how it should be. You need to heal those wounds. And also that I used to ask for money and nobody ever gave me money. Now I'm giving money.
I have to
you are
spoil my
spoiling
kids.
Children. You are not there. Another thing with the parents, if you have addictions, things that are taking your time, more time, that they're not constructive habits, you need to start working on those things, because if you don't, they'll be transferred to the children. If you are masturbating, you are into pornography or heavy drinking, the kids definitely, they're picking up that energy, and soon you'll be dealing with the same replication on the children.
You've talked about this issue of overpampering your children. And I think at least everybody who is watching here, either you have experienced in your house or in someone's house, you went to visit, and the moment you arrive, the host's child comes and jumps on you. He comes and sits on your laps, picks your phone,
pulls your ears, pulls your wig, goes with your wig to the kitchen.
And then the mother is like, I get this child.
Leaving your hair bald like mine.
This child is very funny. No, you have a don't have it on your head. they begin laughing. And then also things like they come and take your phone.
Or your shoes.
They take your phone. I want to play a game. And I don't have phone. No, give me. I want my phone. The mama is like, just give her. He'll bring it back. Bring it back.
It's a baby.
This baby, when they want phones, it's not easy to just give them the return. So I'm like, my phone should be taken because your child has said it. Now they take the phone, they go. You're not even sure where the phone is now in the bedroom. Something is falling
will
down.
Come with yogurt on top, ice cream,
surely.
Cream,
no,
pieces of food, soup on the screen.
I think we need to have boundaries on how we are raising our children. And
also maybe to point out something before you come next. Sorry for that. How we handle conflict, disagreements, and when we are angry as parents also matter. Because now they will relate. They will say, oh, kumbe, when somebody is angry, they should behave like this. You should respond in a calm, positive way. Parents must be very keen on how they handle each other when they're angry in the presence of children.
The two of us. Yeah.
Emotional intelligence also. How you're talking to the house help when they have done something wrong. We'll teach the kids whether they should respect adults, whether they should respect people regardless of class and status, depending on how you view them.
The way you treat the house manager is very important.
Yes.
Because these kids, if you will be like, Auntie, how are you? Is there something for us to eat? Thank you, Auntie, for this. Thank you. They'll also learn to do that. But you're like, wait, bring here. What's wrong with you? Look how the table is looking. Hey, did you even kill this?
And she's eating like a puppy behind the house.
When people are eating on the table, Auntie somewhere in the kitchen or in the bedroom with her plate, she's eating. Kids are already seeing this is how human beings should be treated. These people who are helping us do work in our houses, they're lesser human beings. They don't deserve to eat with us. In fact, they should eat when we are finished. Their places in the kitchen. Let them see this is part of our family.
And then you leave them with the kids. They can't even help the kid when the kid is erroring, the kid is going out to bad friends. They can't talk. They cannot
do anything. So we are killing our own children. And then also this thing of just kids being lazy, they can't even wash their panties. It's because we give them too much screen time. Kids watch TV how the way they want. Like for us now, our 10-year-old children, they were having that habit of coming from school. They do this, they go to the TV. Now they know. TV is only for weekends. They come from school, they get in their rooms, they take their Bible, at least a chapter every day.
Exactly.
Not a chapter every day, a chapter when they come from school. When they're going to sleep, they also read another chapter. That is, they know that. When they come from home, what are you doing? I'm doing my chapter. You told me yesterday that Ariel was so happy to find his name.
Yeah, he was happy. He found the book. He was reading, is it the Nehemiah? There is this story of Ezra. He was sending some leaders to a place called what? Koti or somewhere, that place. I'm yet to name. Now, my son found his name among those leaders who Nehemiah sent to that place to mobilize the workers. They were leaders to go get some workers to rebuilding the temple.
Wall.
They said, Daddy, Mommy, see, I'm here in the Bible. I'm like, wow, you're in the Bible?
So he was excited that he's reading the Bible. And he found that was after he just come from school. So they know after they come from school, they take 1 hour reading their Bible. They finish, they do their homework, they finish. There's extra assignment. There's this book, CBC tracker. They sit down, they do extra work.
They do something for themselves without even sometimes me monitoring. And you speaking of the Bible, why we need also to instill spiritual values to kids, because most of the time we instill just class work and also this normal thing. Very few parents, they emphasize on the spiritual aspect of a human being, which is way more important than any other aspect. This one will keep them when you're not there.
I think I was also excited. I think it was last weekend when I came to the kitchen around 3 p.m. And I found there was food that was left, like morning food and lunch, covered somewhere. And I was like, someone has not eaten. So it's when Ariela told me, Ariel is not eating today. I was like, why he's not eating? That he said he's fasting. He's fasting today. That was
he always struggle to fast. He's always fighting to fast. So sometimes I struggle because I'm like, this guy is just 10, but he's into fasting. So I tell him, Daddy, can you please make it bring the time low. Mommy, I'm fasting till 6. Are you
But
sure
until
you're not
6.
famished
So we told him,
now?
at least try
So I
until...
told him, break it at 3, please. Mom, okay, let me do it 4.
So he was there. We've not told him to fast, but he just want to... We have left them...
He's exploring.
Yeah, we've left them to grow their spiritual life also. We just guide. They can read their own Bible. They can go and pray on their own. They can put on sermons.
And
they
we don't
watch.
tell them tomorrow do this, no.
Yeah. So when you give them that direction, this word will guide them in future. Because whenever the word of God is like food, they are feeding on it. It will bring out fruits in later on. So when we have reduced screen time, also for the young one, this little one, when she comes from school, she wants, I want to watch my Peppa Pig. I want to watch. Then she'll be there for 30 minutes. Now it's time to sleep. No, I want to watch. I want to sleep. You have to go and sleep.
Yeah.
So you can't now say that because she says she doesn't want to sleep, you let her sit there.
No.
You have to control. Let her throw the tantrum, but she knows there is time for watching TV. When daddy says no, it's time to sleep, she should go and sleep. It's time to go and play out, go and play out.
Yeah.
But now when you leave kids now, they're on screen throughout, laughing.
From morning to evening, just changing channels.
And
They
let
will
me
begin
tell you,
discovering.
kids can be on TV, on YouTube from 8 in the morning until 8 p.m. without feeling anything.
Yeah.
Changing from one video to another, changing from one thing to another. They can do it the entire day without getting tired. So
it kills their creativity. Their creative side of the mind becomes dormant.
Yeah.
And also it raises dopamine so high that they always want things that are entertaining.
Yeah.
So when you find things that are educative, that takes much of their time, they feel like they're losing interest. So we want to distract that. Also, it will help them with the boundaries.
Yeah.
Knowing, I've done this now. Let me go to this. Let me go to this. They don't remain into a state of indulgence for quite long.